I upgraded from Mini 4 Pro to Mini 5 Pro, and in this particular video today I want to do a quick first flight test. I want to really see the capability of this to really know whether I made a mistake upgrading from DJI Mini 4 Pro to DJI Mini 5 Pro. Then I also want to do this particular flight test for any person that is a beginner in the drone space, especially with the DJI Mini 5 Pro. Before I do anything about getting the drone on the air, the first thing you have to do is take a study of your environment, and the quicker way to do that is to use an app called UAV Forecast. From what I have here, the wind is not too strong, so the most important thing you have to bear in mind is know if the wind is strong enough for you to fly or for you not to want to fly. All right, since we have checked the wind forecast and we are good to go, let's do this particular first flight test together. And the good thing about this particular DJI Mini 5 Pro is once you unfold it, it automatically turns on. So DJI, kudos to you. That's a good one. Our first flight experience has already started. Another thing I noticed is that it connects very fast to the RC controller compared to the experience I had with my Mini 4 Pro. Based on what the UAV forecast is giving us, the wind direction is this way. That means the wind is coming from this side. The implication of this is that if I am flying my drone going this way, I'm going to experience some resistance, but it's going to be easier for me to fly back to home point. But if I'm flying towards this particular direction, it's going to be easy for me to move to that side, but coming back is going to have some resistance due to the wind direction. So the importance of this particular thing now is that you will know how to manage your flight time and to also conserve your battery so that you have enough battery to return to home point and not have to lose your drone. Let's head back to our first flight test of the DJI Mini 5 Pro. The drone is already connected to 37 satellites, but the obstacle avoidance is not yet active. You can see it's still blinking red. We have 96% battery here, and also worth noting is that I have the 52 minutes battery, which means that I have the Fly More Combo Plus. So that's another thing to take note of. So I'm going to launch my drone, and the obstacle avoidance is now active. So I'm going to take off. Point active. So the drone is quite fast, and you can see right now I have power lines just above me. You can see that. So always be mindful of your environment so that you don't make any mistake that will cost you your drone. Right? So I'm going to push away so that I will move away from this particular satellite, and I will just take it high a bit. Okay. A few things here. I'm going to change my camera from auto to pro. With that, I'll be able to have better control of my exposure. I don't have any filter here, so I'm just going to have to be adjusting the shutter speed. So my ISO is on the base, which is 100. That's where my ISO is. For my camera settings, I'm shooting log, right? I'm shooting D-Log M. I'm going to be doing further video where I will do the whole camera settings. Okay, for now, this is what we just have. So let's just push the drone, turn it this way. All right, we're pushing it forward there. Okay, I'm using the grid to frame my shots better. So but instead of this way, I'm going to turn the drone this way now because I need to know if that road is accessible. I would like to do car active track to test that one too. So I am turning the drone towards this place now. So I'm going to push forward. Right now I'm getting to 200 miles. You can still see my drone. And if you want to check your battery level, just click on this battery icon here. You can see that I have 34 minutes until return to home. It's already come down to 33 minutes until return to home. All right, and 36 minutes until first landing. So 40 minutes until the battery depletes. So that's good. All right. Awesome. Look at that shot. I'll take it up a little. I don't want any issue with any power line or any of the street lights there. I want to test a particular feature, which is the cruise control. What you're going to do is you have to assign buttons first. So you come to your control here. Then you come to button customization. Then I have already customized my C2 button to cruise control. So let me make sure that I know exactly which one is C2. So the C2 button is the right button. That's the C2 button. So I'm going to turn my drone around now. Okay. And you can see this right now. This particular option helps you to see what the drone is seeing behind, to help you avoid obstacles. So I'm going to start pushing forward. As I'm pushing forward, and also I've already customized my stick control, my gain, exposure, and the rest. If you want to see the exact controls I'm using, just let me know and I'll make a video about it. So now I will now hit C2 button, and you can see that it's now flying on that particular cruise control. If I push up gently, right, and I press C2 again, it will tell me that cruise speed has been updated. I'm going to have to bring it back home right now, and my return to home is set to optimal so that the drone can use the sound to assess the environment to know the exact height that it needs to return to home. So I'm going to bring it back home now before we do another thing. Hit return to home right now. Return to home. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers once and for all. Thank you. Okay, and now the drone is locating exactly where I am. If I was using the preset option, what is going to happen is it's going to have to fly to 120 meters. And flying to that particular 120 meters would mean, depleting the battery, which we don't want in this situation. Because the more the battery is depleted, then the dangers of us not having enough battery to fly back to the home point. The drone is here now. I can see it here already. I want to also test and see if this particular return to home point will be accurate enough. We launch it from the top of the car. I will have my hand on this pause button because I'm afraid so it doesn't You can see that he's struggling. Because of the reflection, he couldn't land on top of the car exactly. He tried. If it was not the reflection of the car, it would have landed without any issues. So I'm just going to have to land it. Right now, I want to do the active track test. Take off. Okay, I have to take it above that particular power line there. I'm going to switch this now to auto so that I'll just be able to get a good shot without having to worry. So I'm going to select active track, the focus track enabled, and so it has already detected my car. So I'm going to just press that active track. I have to take it up a little more so it doesn't collide with the power line. I don't want any issue at all. Okay. Just slowly. Make sure that when you are doing this kind of test, you are in an environment where there is no much traffic, because you are going to be driving and also monitoring the drone at the same time. I'm going to take it to the right so that it will track from the right. So with that, let's move, guys. Okay. We are going now. There's no car around here. So let's go. It's time to adjust to the settings that I have on it. Like I said, when you are doing this kind of test, make sure you do it in a lonely road, in an environment where there are no kind of heavy traffic. So I've told it to go in front of me. Yeah, I was almost afraid because I thought it's going to hit that pole there. This is another point where we are going to test the cruise control, right? Because I showed you the cruise control earlier on, but how can you use it? So this is another point where we are going to test that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start moving front and then cruise control. So that's the beauty of good cruise control. Another thing I just noticed about this drone is it's one of the most quiet drone. Right now it's just almost above me here, and the noise is not really that unbearable. So of course the Mini 4 Pro also was not that noisy, but this one on its own is still not totally bad in terms of the noise. I also want to test the tracking. I'm just going to draw a box here. Now it has already marked that place. This is one feature that I use very well on my Mini 4 Pro. So it's tracking that location, not necessarily that pole. And at a time now, it should turn to a location map, kind of a location pin. That's what the Mini 4 Pro used to do. But as you can see, this one is not doing that. So I'm just going to lift off. It's tracking exactly that point that I selected. So it's not doing that. If it was the Mini 4 Pro, it would have changed. Yeah, it has changed now. So it took it a while before changing to that location pin. I don't know whether it has to do with because there's the distance there. I don't know exactly why it happened, but that was just the situation that we noticed there. So I'm going to push forward a little. Okay. The sun is already entering the cloud. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to do an active track of myself. That's me there. Now it's in spotlight mode. And what spotlight does is the drone will be stationary on one place and then to be following me around. It's just following me from the stationary place that it is. It's like when you have a tripod and they're just tracking you from that particular point. There's one feature that the Mini 4 Pro had, which is the scanning. Let me see if I can find that from the setting. I'm going to cancel this right now. And I will go to, I think it's, let me check control. I think it's from camera. Please, if you know where I can find that, drop a comment in the comment section, because at this point I can't find it. There's no scanning here, or I can't find it yet. All right, please, if you know exactly where I can find that feature, scanning for active track, please let me know. All right, drop it as a comment here, because I can't find it. When I have more time, I would search for it, but right now I don't have much time with me. So right now, let me do the active track again. Okay, that is myself. So it is on a spotlight mode again. I'm going to change it to active track. All right, I'm going to move, and it will be following me from behind. Okay, two things here. One is I am doing this where there are no much traffic. Then number two is I am mindful of my environment. There's the electric wires here, but I'm making sure that I am under it. There's also a building this way, but I'm also being mindful of it. Okay, so now that I'm moving, it's following me. Ewo. I am running. Now it's trying to adjust to the positioning. And I will tell it to follow me from front. And it also came close. All right. So right now, I'll go back to the left. Okay, that's a spotlight mode, and I'm just going to push just one single stick. Now I'm going to change it to point of interest. Minimum flight altitude. Okay. So I'm going to push it to go from the right. That is too fast. So come down. And automatically it's just using its hand to move around. You can see that I'm not pressing anything. Okay, and the drone is just moving on its own. And right now I can also turn around with the drone while it is turning. Some people will think I'm crazy with what I'm doing here right now. Okay. So now I'm going to do I'm going to set up circular avoidance to bypass, and I will push forward. So right now I'm testing the obstacle avoidance. It's passing me.
Battery level is low. Aircraft will return to the home point in 10 seconds. I also did some night flying with the DJI Mini 5 Pro, and one thing I love about this is the cleanness. So the extra 1 inch sensor in this particular drone delivers enough advantage for the Mini 5 Pro. So I give it to the Mini 5 Pro. I was also able to use the drone exactly how I would use it if I was on location. So I always like to use the tracking and stuff like that. It's more of the reasons for the text, right? There's one thing that you have to bear in mind. If you're flying this particular drone or any drone at all at night, always fly your drone where you are already conversant with. What I mean is in terms of the obstacles and the rest of them, so that you don't end up crashing your drone. So with this particular one, of course, I was flying it in a place where I've not flown it before. But what I did was that I made sure that every 30 seconds or thereabouts, I check where my location is. For this particular Mini 4 Pro, it doesn't, the green light that pops up goes off immediately you start recording. But in order to prevent that, I always record and pause so that I'll be able to locate my drone. So I also tested the tracking feature, but like from what you are seeing here right now, it's only doing spotlight tracking. Once I switched it to active track, it's going to disengage because of the low light feature. I will also do further tests on this to see what I will get. I also did further tracking here. Immediately, because it was doing the tracking with the gimbal movement, immediately the gimbal tilted beyond what it should. It lost track of the car. So at this point, I need to return it to home, which was also another stage for me to test the smart return to home feature of this particular Mini 5 Pro. So, and it wasn't doing any bad. I didn't do any going to 120 meters or thereabout. It used the smart feature to locate, to find out exactly what is the best level height to return to home from, and he used that until he got to the point where I took manual control of the drone. Is it a worthy upgrade? The truth of the matter is that it's a two-way thing. Now, the first thing is that if you are in the drone space for the first time, like you are buying either of these particular two for the first time, my recommendation would be go with the Mini 5 Pro. The reason for this is, first of all, of course, it's a newer drone, so it has some little features that the Mini 4 Pro doesn't have. But my major reason why I would recommend that is the price difference between the Mini 5 Pro and the Mini 4 Pro is not that marginal. So in that case, get the latest, because you're going to stay up to date with the features and everything. And the leader sensor in this particular Mini 5 Pro is another added advantage. So if you don't have a Mini 4 Pro yet, and you are considering either of this particular to get the Mini 5 Pro, what if you already have a Mini 4 Pro and you are considering upgrading to Mini 5 Pro? My direct answer is don't. You should not do that. I don't see enough reason why you should do that. If you can, it's your money. If you have the big money, to spend and all, you can go ahead and do it. There are people that have all the lineup of drones. They have the money for that. But if you are somebody that is budget conscious like myself, that only need these particular drones for specific professional usage and for some, maybe sometimes for hobby, I would say if you already have the Mini 4 Pro, don't upgrade to Mini 5 Pro. There are no much differences in terms of their performance and functionality that would warrant you leaving this particular one for those one, except you have the budget and they just want to do it for the fun of it or for any other personal reason. But if you're asking me as a filmmaker to a filmmaker or from a professional standpoint, I would say stick with the Mini 4 Pro. The only reason why I upgraded from this particular Mini 4 Pro to this particular Mini 5 Pro is that I crashed this particular one, so this is no longer functional. I will talk more about it on later video. So I crashed this one. Instead of me rebuying this particular one, I decided to buy Mini 5 Pro. That's my opinion about that. I may be wrong, I may be right. So you are entitled to your own opinion. And if you have a different opinion, leave a comment here with your reasons for it. All right. So thank you for watching to this particular stage. And please, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers once and for all. Thank you.